You're listening to the voice of IWA Flip here on InterFed Radio. Welcome one, welcome all. What is InterFed? InterFed is a part of the IWA, and I guess we should start there first. The IWA is the Imaginary Wrestling Association. It's been around approximately 30 years or so. The IWA is split into 6 different federations. Each federation has a various number of leagues. And each and every league in each and every federation compete for one title, one ultimate winner every cycle. It's what makes this game so great, so exciting, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Hey, if you like what you hear and you want more information about the game, go ahead and visit their website at playiwa.com. That's playiwa.com. Let's go ahead and get started, get you some more information on what InterFed is. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, the IWA is split up into 6 different federations. The start of the cycle begins with iron. We have iron and steel. Then the following week, we have gold and diamond. And the final week of the cycle is our bronze and jade week. Now, the IWA is such a monster, it's such a beast. Everybody plays it in different ways. Everybody has different expectations. Everybody wants to play it their way, and everybody can play it their way. That's the beauty of the game. It upsets somebody in some way because someone's playing it a certain way. That's natural. But we're all here. What we've done with InterFed, first and foremost, this couldn't be possible without the social media. The Facebook, the boards, they've helped us get together, and they've helped us bring this product to life. I mean, generally speaking, those of you guys that have been a part of the IWA, it happens far too often. You write that perfect backstory, that perfect intro to your character, that, perfect setup. And nobody reads it. Or nobody sees it. And not because they didn't want to, but because they weren't in the league. They weren't a part of that league, so they didn't get that trash talk. And I'm sorry to say it, but very few people go on to the Play IWA website and read every single league's, every single, trash talk. It just doesn't happen. So, your character gets lost. He gets lost in this abyss that, even though you've created his perfect backstory, unless you keep submitting it every single cycle to every single league you go to, it's tough to get his backstory across. So we decided to change things up here on InterFed and kind of mix it up. Okay, so what do I mean by mixing it up? Well, traditionally, the IWA is a play-by-mail game. And this is actually more for the veteran players. You remember the days waiting at the mailbox, waiting for that big envelope to come, knowing that you had, submitted that perfect trash talk the month before, calling out, wrestler A, and you were like, all right, cool. I gave him gold. I gave him, tons to work off. He's got a trash talk back. And nothing. Absolutely nothing. What do? You could, submit trash talk over and over, see if he finally bites. What we've done here at InterFed is we've taken that waiting period out of the equation. Using Facebook, using our groups, we create threads, and we have our interactions on the threads. Whether it's an interview, a match, or just an interaction between 2 fighters going back and forth. Or maybe it's an angle, maybe it's kind of a little story. a little backdrop to what's going on. Each thread, they're open threads, and what we do on our groups is, we kind of keep it in character. So the interactions are authentic, it's the character going back and forth. So by doing this, your character, he stays face or he stays heel within that thread. So you don't have to worry about, is manager blah 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 gonna keep my face guy face, or is he gonna keep him heel, or you don't have to worry about that because the interactions are happening on the thread. You are your character, so you keep your character whichever way you want. So we've taken out the waiting period. We've taken out, that question mark of whether your character is going to be misrepresented in some way. The other thing managers have voiced is the fact that we don't rush anyone. Everyone has lives. Everyone has busy lives at that. So when we do find time to make some IWA time, the threads are there. Oh, but there's so many threads. How will I ever find the one that interests me? Oh, well, believe it or not, most of us are pretty Facebook savvy and actually do know how to tag people. So if there is an interaction you want with a certain manager, tag them. If you're not certain who runs what manager, reach out to myself or any one of the commissioners in the InterFed. I'm sure pretty much we have a good grasp as to the managers in our leagues. And if not, we'll ask him. Now, I saved the biggest one for last, and that's my view of the IWA. Like I said from the beginning, the IWA is a monster. Everybody plays it in different ways. Everyone plays it in different styles. Quite frankly, I enjoy every single one of them. The interaction between these different styles is what intrigues me. And getting to know some of their stories, getting to know some of these managers, I've learned that, this game is way bigger than I originally thought. Way more documented than I originally thought. And I'm actually enjoying these new interactions. That's when I went full speed with the InterFed angle. Visiting different commissioners that I've met years past. And bringing their stories forward. So next time we'll introduce you to those managers / commissioners that are helping us out here in InterFed. We'll bring some of the characters that have already made their way onto our stage. We'll introduce them to you listeners, just so everybody kind of gets a feel for what we got going on. Again, next time we'll also go over into details as to what we are doing exactly with each federation, interactions between different federations, interactions between different leagues within a federation. So yeah, we'll get into more details as to what we got going on. Again, you've been listening to the voice of IWA Flip here on InterFed Radio. Thanks for joining us. I'm out.